Hi, I'm Tony Lee. I'm the Director for IT Services in Sunway Education Group, and I'd like to talk about the CSR efforts that we have together with Rentwise over here. It is a part of our sustainability framework. The Sunway Group has actually adopted the United Nations SDG, the Sustainable Development Goals, to guide the development of the entire township and all the Sunway businesses. But when we talk about sustainability, I think from the IT perspective, we have been on that journey a long time, not just in the past couple of years and so on. And we talk about green long before it's green, right? So the CSR effort is really a logical step beyond green, and we look at the life cycle of what we do and the impact it causes in the environment, and we start developing a concern for what's going to happen. And so as a result of that, we started our green IT journey. And so the green IT journey basically calls for us not just to use technology, but perhaps to include, to factor in the idea of how sustainable is that technology that we are adopting. So it's not just the cost then that we are looking at. We'll be looking at how are the products and the items manufactured, what is its operation parameters, and at the end, how do we recycle? At the end of the life of that product or that system that we put in, how are we going to recycle that? So when we went on our green journey, the CSR portion is really a logical step arising from the green IT journey that we are on. We have donated PCs before to a particular school or charity body who's asking for it, and but we noticed that over time it's not very sustainable to do it that way, because a bunch of PCs given to a school, and it is great at first, everything works, but over time it will deteriorate, it needs maintenance, and or it gets it breaks down, and the school doesn't have the resources, the people, or the skill to make it right. So it sits in a corner gathering dust and becomes an eyesore. And so it's great that we meet people like Rentwise, and it's really an alignment of goals, because they have the skills and resources to keep those machines serviceable and up to date. And that is really one of the things which I really respect Rentwise for, to put their efforts and skills into that. When you look at the videos of the children using the computers, the secondary school students and the primary school students using the computers, and how enthusiastic they are about learning in a very modern way, I think you make all the efforts that we put in really worthwhile. When we look at the future, we know that we're going to be buying a lot more technology, and some of this technology will need to be can be repurposed after its end of its design life over here. And I presume Sunway, I assume that we will continue doing that with good partners, people who can remanufacture the equipment back to a serviceable level for the purpose that it's intended for. So we look forward to working with partners like Rentwise and others who can do who have similar purpose and alignment of interest. Thank you.
Our CSR initiatives began about 10 years ago. At that time, the public found out about what we were doing. We were refurbishing PCs that were coming off lease and selling them to the market. So they felt that it was a good way to equip schools with PCs, and we started working with one or two schools, and over the last 10 years it's probably grown to more than 20. The Sunway Group are educators themselves. We felt that it would be a good collaboration. They are owners of thousands of machines, and we were already recovering value for the machines, buying them back, remanufacturing them and selling them to the market. So we asked them whether they would collaborate with us on school projects, and they were very keen. To date, we have done 3 schools, and there are many more in the pipeline. At Rentwise, we are very passionate about education. We believe education is the way out of poverty, education gives you a better life, and we were looking for a way that would impact the community the best we could. So we realized that if we could equip schools with PCs and help children get the education level that was needed, it will be very impactful as a CSR project. Rentwise is in the business of remanufacturing PCs. We provide these PCs back to corporates, we provide these PCs back to the public. What we need is a source of supply. And the more supply we have, the more we can remanufacture and provide out to schools, to the public, to people who need a good remanufactured machine. So we have a program today where we go out and we collaborate with corporates. What we will do is we will buy back 80 to 90% of your infrastructure which you want to retire, and about 10 to 20% of them we will ask you to donate to us. We will collaborate together to pick a charity, a school, a needy organization which you are already supporting or which you want to support. What we will then do is to deploy these machines, support them throughout the next 2-3 years, ensure that they are functioning and they get a good useful life out of these machines.